What did you envision when you came up with this?
What I envisioned is that I realized there are a lot of potentially extremely helpful substances out there, vitamins, plant extracts that have, but somehow, if you look at clinical studies, you find out that these substances do not really are so effective when you apply them, when people really take them. We followed quite new technology actually of liposomal encapsulation, which is a tricky word, but basically means to kind of disguise, pack, mask all these interesting substances, the vitamins, plant extracts, and so forth, into a liposome, and then take it in the digestive system. These liposomes, which are made of phospholipids, but I don't want to make it too complicated here, are highly welcomed by our digestive systems. So they are all resorbed, they are brought into the bloodstream, and the goal is achieved. Finally, we can make all these substances go to work by bringing them where they have to be to go to work.
So in the short version, we want to revolutionize with the new era of dietary supplements with liposomal products, market of dietary supplements, and bring them to work for our body to support our immune system or whichever reason we have when we are taking those.
For the people who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
My name is Rinat Albetkov. If we are talking about what we studied, I used to study law of the European Union. I made my master in Germany, in Hamburg, and after that, almost right away started to work for myself and self-employed and in international trading and sales.
I'm Jan Braband. You could say the science brain behind this company, at least when we started it. And I, by training, am a computer scientist. That's what I studied, next to film directing, which is completely different, artistic side in me.
Do you remember the day you finished your first liposomal supplement bottle?
Yeah, I do remember that the first day that we finished our first bottle, but you kind of have to, there are basically two different dates. First was actually the first time that we succeeded in our research phase. So that was a pretty long, almost and very, very intense research phase with a couple of first-class experts in the field and some money and some luck. We all were together in a lab and trying to find a good, very efficient way to produce liposomal formulations, and out of that research we developed a technology that allowed us to produce liposomal formulations quite efficiently. It's still a pretty complex process, I have to say. That day, of course, I very much remember. We had a box about this size, and that was basically the main machine, the most important, the heart of the technology. Then I went to a small, different lab, a new lab, a production lab, so not a research lab. And in this production lab, I, on my own, basically, the first weeks after Rina joined, I produced the first few bottles, and that was basically early 2016.
Actually, the first bottle was sold on the 10th of April. I remember that.
Yeah.
He was very excited about that, just like email, oh, the first bottle was sold, oh my god.
Was there any moment where you felt like giving up?
So the idea of giving up never really occurred. That did not happen, but of course, building a business from scratch, and you have to imagine, it's not just a business that we have here that sells, it's also a business that produces, and we not only produce, but we also produce and create the machines that we use to produce. So we basically do everything. And to build up a company like that from scratch, it's actually in multiple companies now, is you always have to walk through deep valleys of sorrow at one point, and that's normal. That's actually the good thing. I can only tell you, if you're not in charge on your own, if we're a duo, we're actually now more than a duo, but that you can share the bad days with someone and get over it, and we did that quite well.
Yeah, the very important thing in this combination, especially in the very beginning, one could think, whoa, only two guys without any big investments, creating a very new idea, want to revolutionize the market. So this big idea helped us. This is number one. And the second one, both of us, we have very many things which are connecting us, but also very many strengths which are completely different. So in case if I'm not good in one particular or another task, I am almost sure that Jan likes it, he is passionate about it, and is much better than me. So we just divided that, and used to work on our tasks. Now we have a great team. And this is actually our motto now, to let the people work with their strength and on their passionate tasks every day. So it helped a lot.
Yeah.
What would you say was the major breakthrough moment for ActiNovo?
There are so many. I remember the first moment I really need to think is the first call from France. Told us, are you producing that? We want to have the product. Can you send us a bottle? And we were sitting, only two of us in the office. Can you imagine? Somebody called us. They actually know that we are existing, that ActiNovo is existing. And this is the first moment of excitement, or the first quarter pallet which we sent with the product abroad. So it wasn't online sell, but somebody called and we wanted to taste, we wanted to see the product. It was very exciting.
Yeah, I would also say there are numerous breakthrough points, and we just hit another one again with our new production facility, which really a new, even better generation of production machines. So we are ever improving our technology, which is very important to us. We do not want to stand still, so to say. We want to move, we want to improve, constantly get better, and evolve. And that's very important to us.
Describe ActiNovo in 3 words.
Passion, effect, and third is yours.
Science.
What would you like ActiNovo to be known as?
Wirkung, effect. What's the best word for that?
I would say it's important for me that ActiNovo is to be known as an authentic, scientifically based product. It's not about a product that looks extremely shiny and comes in a super expensive packaging with gold imprint. This is all absolutely not important. Focus is on function, and based, of course, on the liposomal technology, but then again based on the functionality of the substances that can be brought to function by liposomal encapsulation. And that's what I want ActiNovo to be known for, to open up a new door into a whole new universe of possibilities.
Mm-hmm. And sustainability is also important for the brand, and nowadays especially. That's why we're using glass bottles, trying to be as much sustainable as it possible during the production, and keep the production in Germany, in Hamburg.
Yeah, we try to avoid plastics whenever it's possible. When we send out, we do it in carton boxes. We use alternative energy, by the way. The process of producing liposomal formulations needs quite a lot of energy. And this energy comes from one huge windmill in Lower Saxony. So from this particular windmill, we actually buy our energy.
How would you like people to relate to ActiNovo as a brand?
I would stick to the word I used before. It's efficiency. This is the very main idea. We came up, especially Jan came up at the very beginning. So how can we have this very, amazing effects of like something like curcumin, for instance, and ActiNovo allows us to work curcumin for us and to support efficiently our body.
Well, I'd say I'm not really a marketing guy. I never was, and I'm not so much interested in, at least in this project, to transfer big emotions and to show running, laughing couples through green fields, saying what a great product this is. I don't say that we will never do this. We will probably will, because you just have to get to be noticed. But the base is that we are a product based on a scientifically proven technology. It's so important to understand, because this is the base of everything. It's science, science, science.
What is your favorite product?
The Vibrance product. It's a combination of quercetin, Fisetin and Q10. It's a great product with a potential that I can't disclose here within a few seconds. It's brilliant if you're into anti-aging topics. Globally unique. It's a great product. I take it every day, and I love it.
My great product used to be and still is Vitamin C Pure. It's the very first product of ActiNovo and still remains my favorite. One of the new products which I really like is also immune, especially in these strange times, which can support our immune system.
Yeah. It's also an interesting fact, actually, that we now have two basic lines, a Pure and a Plus line. Pure line sticking to the very, very original idea to be as pure as possible, not to add some stupid things, fillers, whatever, that are necessary to produce. No, skip that all, leave that out, cut that out. But we introduced a Plus line, and I have to say, even though I'm always saying science, 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 I often tend to take products from the Plus line because
they're just tasty.
Because in the end, they are more convenient to take, and although it's difficult, it's a strange balance, between, on the one hand, your absolute focus is on function and efficiency and the technology, and get the substances into your bloodstream, and so it's more. I don't have to say that. I can't really say that officially, but it can more be considered like a pharmaceutical drug. It's more for the use and not for the fun of it. But on the other hand, if you take it every day, it's just nice to have a product that tastes more pleasant. And but we will stay open for both worlds. It's very important, and I think that's a great thing. But I'm happy that we also have the Plus line now.
Yeah, and the Plus line, our customers are very appreciate the fact that even if the product is tasty and a bit sweet, it's still natural. Those are still natural additives we're using, so natural flavors.
Very important. There's it's always a compromise, no doubt. I don't want to say it's there's absolutely no difference. But xylitol as a sweetener is, I think, that can be said, some honesty, so to say, authenticity, is a pretty good sweetener compared to everything else that is on the market. Mm-hmm. And for the flavors, as Rinat already said, we only use natural flavors.
As the last question, what is a new era for you?
Is ActiNovo.
Well, for me, liposomal formulations itself established a new era. That's no doubt about that. It's never before, if you look back 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it was just not possible to apply all these highly potential substances, all these vitamins and plant extracts, to apply them in a way that it's possible, how it's possible with the liposomal formulations, and that clearly marks for me a completely new era.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.